welcome to Mind class. Today, all you're going to need is a mat, maybe something for your knees, and then a hand towel rolled up, or I just used one of my sweat towels rolled up, something that is about that length, so that you can get your hands about shoulder width, maybe a little bit wider apart, okay? And then we'll begin. We're actually going to begin standing in the center of our mats. And let's set our watches to yoga if you're tracking and play your own music. I have a little bit of something soft playing in the background, but otherwise, play your own, something soft, whatever you feel is appropriate for a yoga-ish, yoga-esque type of stretch workout here, okay? So starting, we're just gonna circle around, kind of whip the towel through the center and around. That's it. That's it to start. Warming up your shoulders, standing nice and tall in mountain pose. Toes forward, root your feet into the ground. Big reach through with your shoulders, rolling right through the joint. We are in flags now all of a sudden, entertaining on a football field. Straight through the center, out to the side. Straight through your center, out to the side. So you can make it a little bit bigger. We are coming from the inside out, so you're rolling your joint this way, okay? It would be pretty if we had scarves. All right, go ahead and take your towel in both hands. Feet become hip width, shoulder width apart, right about there. Toes forward. We're gonna hinge forward, arms reaching down, reach up overhead, come back down and come up. Now, if you can, reach even higher than your head, almost behind your back, you can. That's as high as I can go. But if you can get this all the way up, go for it. So hinge forward, reach, retract your shoulder blades, and come back. So there's a little bit of tension when you're holding the towel today, okay? So a little contraction, a little stretching. We're doing everything today for a minute. You're wondering? All right, come up overhead. Bring the towel around your neck, just like you would like a sweat towel around your neck to dry the sweat off of your neck. And then we're just going to tuck our chin, roll forward, dive down, come back up in reverse, and reach up, okay? So we're going to pull down, lay the towel gently, really neutral with your hands, tuck your chin, round out your spine, roll down, roll up. I know I usually say chin up, on this one we're not. Pull down, relax your shoulders, tuck, roll. Come back up one vertebrae at a time in reverse. Chin, head, neck, okay? Roll through it like that. Kind of making the letter J with your body, okay? Nice and tall, nice and wide. Take a side bend. Come center. Other side. Center. And then we're going to side lunge shift to the right. Side lunge shift to the left. And do it again, okay? So when we're here, we're stuck between two window panes. Your arms are straight. Your towel is taut. We're sinking back at your hips, trying to keep your chest up, shoulders back. And moving at your own pace. Challenging. If you feel at all challenged today, that's okay. Again, it just tells us more awareness of where our body is tight. Not a bad thing. Just happens, all right? Go ahead and kind of wrap your hands into your towel here. We're gonna squat, turn, rotate, squat, turn, rotate. Ankle cracks included today for you. Sorry about that. It is what it is. Squat down, turn, rotate, lift a heel. This shouldn't be anything new to you. We do things like this often. We just, our only prop today is a towel. So now make your rotation maybe a little bit bigger. Okay, I was keeping this really close to my chest. Now I'm going to reach out a little bit further. Squeezing my glute as I come up, powering through my legs still, because that's what happens when we rotate. All right, we're going to open up our shoulders next. So let's take a second here to settle in the center. Get your towel out long. Take it behind you and grab it with the other hand. So this is my right shoulder that I want to open up and stretch out. So I'm going to take my right hand right behind the small of my back, and I'm going to use my top hand to open up my shoulder here, okay? So I'm kind of pulling on my top hand and pulling back with my bottom hand to open up my shoulder. Does that make sense? It does. You can also try pulling it over to the side if opening it back. Just getting it. Basically, if your arm behind your back and you're trying to open up your shoulder to the back wall, okay? So you're doing what you can with your top arm to pull it open. Hard one to explain. Hopefully you're feeling something. It's your shoulders. We're going to do the same thing on the other side then. So you're either pulling up and back or up and to the side. If that makes sense then. All right, release it. Let's switch arms. One arm's going to feel better than the other. Okay. Grab it. Your knuckles are facing your back. Pull away from your back, pull up, and open your shoulder. You may also reach your knuckles, your left hand towards the right, and then lift up. Okay, does that make sense? So you have two ways to do this. Either mid, away, if you can. Get a little further, come over here. Do it this way. So I'm away and I'm pulling up. Or I'm over and I'm pulling up. That might have been the view. That might have been the angle for you to finally see it. Okay. So this is all about opening up your shoulder. We're going to do triceps next. Okay. So we're pulling up right now. We're just going to release and go back to this side. We're going to take a half kneel. We're back to our starting side. Half kneel. We're actually going to take our right arm and pull down this time. Okay, so we're opening up our tricep. You're just going to hold on to the towel, bicep right next to your ear. You're pulling down. Now, if you can lean forward and get a little hip flexor crescent here, okay? We've got tricep opening up, elbows up high, your hip flexors opening. And if balance isn't with you today, then stay up nice and tall and keep working on your tricep, okay? Pulling your right hand down if your left elbow is up. I feel like we're playing Twister, right elbow, left hand. We're going to do it on the other side. We'll come to neutral, release. Switch legs, put something under your knee if you need to. Okay, so right arm's your top arm, left arm comes behind you. You're going to take your left arm and pull down as your right elbow is up in the air. Once you have mastered this and you feel balanced, you can lean forward, pull down more with your left arm. Oh yeah, this was the spot right there. Let's go from a different angle here. I'm pulling down here. I got my fist right at the top of my back and I'm leaning forward. Pulling, pulling, pulling. Lots of tension right now. Tension while stretching, if you can think about that. So the leg that's back is the elbow that's up. So hopefully we figured that one out too. Okay, we're going to work on our neck next. So we talked last week, let's go back to the start leg. Okay, so right leg forward. You're going to walk it back just a little bit. You step on your towel, and you're going to pull with this hand as you take this neck, you tilt your head neck to the other side, okay? You might have to choke up a little bit on this. Pull. As soon as I started pulling, my muscle engaged and I stretched out a little bit more as my head was tilted. Again, you're just gonna have to do it to feel it. So instead of being loose down here with your hand, I need you to pull. You're pulling your hammerhead up. And then your head's tilted this way. Ooh. Feels good. Switching to the other side. So step on with your front leg. You might have to walk your leg back a little bit, but you're going to tilt your head to the opposite side. And now pull the towel. Okay, pull it up like a hammerhead, like you want to do a bicep curl, which you can't. You got a towel in your hand. That's not stretchy. You can release it if you need to, if it's too much pressure, and then do it again to come back into it. Otherwise, enjoy the stretch. Be sure that your nose and your chin are pointed towards me, not necessarily pointed down, unless it's where you feel you want to get a stretch more on the back side of your neck here. You tilt your chin down. Otherwise, keep your chin to me and we'll get the nice side part that's attached to your traps right here. They get really tight from all the work that we do. We're going to lay down next and work on stretching our legs. We've opened up shoulders, triceps, hip flexors, our neck. Let's go into our quad. I don't care which quad you take. This is the tricky part because we're going to lay down and wrap our foot. You got to kind of catch your foot with the hook. There you go. Pull your heel towards your butt. You lay your head down, your chin down, and you're pulling. Knees are straight. Heels coming towards your butt, and you're pulling, you're pulling, you're pulling. I'm going to lay my head down and look at you. This cold, cold round. Just sit and breathe. Pull some tension on the towel behind you. And the front of your leg is where we're working on stretching right now, okay? So hopefully you're feeling it there. Again, your knee has to be straight down. If you start taking your foot across your butt and not straight back, you're going to feel it in a different spot. So try to come straight back. We're going to release and hook our other leg. Let's see if we can hook our other leg here. Oh. Come on, come on, come on. Our foot. There we go. It took me 15 seconds just to get that. Okay, heel to the butt. Hopefully you got it quicker than I did. Tops of your foot is down. That helps me know that you're not turned out like this, turned out like this. So top of your foot straight down. Legs are parallel. Pulling with your hands, pulling the towel. So if you need to choke up a little bit more, stretch a little deeper, put a little more tension. This is my favorite one coming up next that we did last week, so go ahead and release it. You're going to grab your towel end to end, reach your arms behind your back, lift your head, neck, and shoulders up like you're doing a Superman, and then you're going to rock open, side to side. Yes, this was my favorite one from last week. I think I had done a lot of push-ups today. A lot of plank work we did before. It's really good. So we want to open up our chest here, our biceps, our shoulders. So turn your the keyhole of your hand towards me. When you lift your shoulder, turn your hand that way. So my hand was here. I don't know if you can tell the difference, but my hand was here. I turned it a little bit. That helps get my bicep a little bit more, and then I'm pulling with the other hand. And you're rocking from side to side. You want to kind of rotate your shoulder open to the side wall, and that will give you an extra stretch through your bicep and your chest, okay? If you figured it out, join me. This one's so hard. I wish I was in person with you doing this, so that we're going to flip over to our backs so that I could really concentrate on the different angles and turns and all that stuff. So We'll just do what we can here today. We're gonna wrap one leg, extend and hold, hamstring stretch. We do want, instead of your foot rolling out, try to return your foot up, everything straight to the ceiling. And if you can, you're gonna pull, bend your elbows. Try to keep your legs straight though. So if you can keep your knees straight and pull, awesome. If you have to start bending your knee to do that, then don't do it. Try to keep your knee straight. I prefer your knee to be straight on this one. All right, this next one is the hurt so good. I think it's gonna hurt so good. It's just painful for me. So you're gonna take opposite hand, hold the towel, other arm, so the same leg that's up, that arm comes out, drape it across your body and hold. You're twisting a little bit. This is gonna get your IT band through here. Like it's so tight from the squats and lunges and curtsies and side lunges and skaters and all the things that we do, okay? So we wanna reach across the body as far as you're able to, support yourself with your hand on the towel. You'll know when you go too far. You don't wanna rotate too far. You just wanna rotate enough to get a stretch, and then bend your elbow a little bit and pull the towel slightly towards you. Keep breathing right through it. It might be painful now, but it'll feel good when it's all done. Let's just keep remembering that. 15 more seconds here, and then we're gonna open up our hip. We're gonna do our groin stretch. I think I said it correctly this week. Come back to center, take the towel with the same hand. We're gonna open up, side. So again, you wanna try to keep your knee and your toe facing the ceiling. And then we've now opened up this hip, so our inner thigh, inner part of our knee and our ankle are facing the ceiling. You're gonna allow your hip to open as much as you can, okay? Keep your knee straight, keep your foot flexed. Try to get your hip right here to the ceiling, so we don't wanna roll all the way over and have my hip coming towards you. I wanna try to keep it open to the ceiling. We're going to do all the same things on the other side. I have one more move. Before we switch legs here. So with two hands, hold the towel. Come into what would be like a figure four. You're gonna pull both hands as your heel kind of sits just above your thigh here. You're gonna pull the towel. You can open up your thigh with the other hand or just hold both. Trying to pull your ankle towards you while keeping your knee open, just like you would in a figure four. You can kind of rock from side to side and see where's that spot that you can really stretch out. So manipulate the towel a little bit and find your spot. Okay, you might have to play around a little bit, but I do want your heel above your thigh, somewhere in the vicinity. So I my leg turned out, I'm just gonna point my bottom leg to the ceiling, my toe to the ceiling. I have a tendency to do that. It's just the way my body is made. Let's go ahead and switch legs. So now that leg goes straight, this leg comes up, and we're going to catch it with our towel, hook it. So extend this leg out, toe to the ceiling, extend this leg up, straight knee. This hamstring is way tighter. This is what I need. So you're either wrapped the towel around your arch or the ball of your foot, not necessarily on your heel, but my towel's pretty thick from my ball of my foot through my arch. And I'm gonna bend my elbows a little bit, keeping my knees straight. Can you do that? Keeping your knees straight. A little deeper stretch. And breathe. It'll feel good when it's done. If you can fight through some of that tension that hurts just a little bit. We can do this, we can do this, we can do this. You're gonna take the towel in your opposite hand, your other hand comes out to the side. Let's take an IT band stretch. So flat flexed foot, drape your leg across your body. You're gonna hold it in place with this arm. Your other arm holds your counterbalance on the other side. You're only going down as far as you can while keeping your shoulder on the ground. So if you're coming all the way here and your shoulder's up, I want you to take your leg up, drop your shoulder, anchor your shoulder on the ground, and then let your leg hang while you support it with your hand. Hold it for halfway. So this leg for sure was the tighter leg. This is my left leg. So you're doing your opposite. Whatever you did already, whatever you did, do the other one right now, okay? So this happens to be my left leg. It might look like my right leg in your view because the camera gets flipped. My left side is definitely tighter. Which side was tighter for you so far? Bend your elbow, pull your leg in just a little bit. And then let's come back to center. Switch hands. Open up. Whoa. Every single stretch so far on this leg has been something. It's always my left side though, that's tighter. I've actually had like a pull. It comes and goes, but every time I wake up to walk, it's almost like my whole left side is so tight that my ankle doesn't want to dorsiflexed when I walk. I have to be careful when I wake up. Some days, if I can think of it, if I'm not super tired, when I wake up, I go like this in bed with my foot to try to loosen everything up before I kind of rev my motor before I get out of bed, warm things up. Before I get out, and everything's creaky. Everything's creaky and tight. Your leg is straight, pull your elbow, or bend your elbow just a little bit, see if you can get an extra stretch here. And then we're gonna bend our knee, take our heel over our thigh, do our figure four. You can grab the towel with both hands, or you can take one hand and then open up your thigh, not your knee. You want your knee to open, but put a little pressure on your thigh. Open up in your figure four. So again, your heel is going to be somewhere over the vicinity of your thigh. You might have to kind of figure out from here to here, where's that spot, and then pull towards you. So this is going to open up your hip. It would be similar to when we're in pigeon and your hip is open, or if we had our leg here and we were doing a figure four, okay? We're just going to try to do it with just our arms. You're getting an arm workout today too. You know your biceps are all fired up. Oh. Adjust as needed. Try to keep working on it. You're seriously going to feel fantastic in about 7 minutes. I don't know how many more we have left. We'll just keep going. Okay, sitting up. Yes, you have to sit up. Pick a leg. I'm going to start with my right. It might look like my left, but this is my right. I'm going to grab the towel, stack it, the heel on my other toe, and I'm going to pull, stretch out my calf. So you kind of want this on the ball of your foot. Again, adjust the towel. Shift it a little bit higher if you need to. We're doing our calf here, so you want to pull, pull, pull. You have the ability to lift your leg and pull, do that. I mean, I'm really just bracing myself here and pulling, or you can be here, okay? We want to focus on the calf right now. Hold for 10 more. And then let's switch feet. The ball of the foot on the other side. You can stack your toe, stack the heel on your toe. Feet are flat and flexed. And if you would like to lift and keep pulling, you can add an elbow bend. And your chest forward and bend your elbows and see what happens. Woo! If you need to, come down here and just pull. Shift where your towel is if you need to. Really working on lengthening your calf muscle. We're going to put both feet on the ground together. You're going to wrap both feet with the towel, and now we're going to round out our backs. So tilt your chin just a little bit. Open up your shoulder blades, round out your back. And you're gonna have the towel here, and you're going to lean back, open up your shoulder blades, round out. So this is for your back now. Lift your shoulders up. Lift your torso up. You need to release the tension, then come back again. Keeping the towel on, let's say, your left leg, you're gonna bend your right leg. We're gonna do a seated hamstring stretch here where you are going to round forward. You're doing your back and your hamstring. Towel's on the arch or on the ball of your foot or somewhere in between there. And we're working on opening up our hamstring, leaning forward with our chest, but also rounding out our back. So this is back and hamstring. I need to straighten up your leg a little bit. I need to just get deeper in my hamstring. I know it's stopping me from going that far. So if you need to straighten it out, just concentrate on the one leg. Ready to switch sides? Same thing. Bend this leg, come forward, round out your back, working on stretching your hamstring. Lean forward, round out your spine. And if you need to, straighten out this leg. Concentrate on the one that you're stretching. You should feel the back of your leg opening up. You should be releasing some of the tension on your lower back. Okay, round out a little bit and lean forward. There we go. Make these little corrections. Readjust. You have 2 more to go from here, okay? How are your legs? How do they feel? How's your whole body? Feel pretty good? All right, so this is our hip opener. A little bit of inner thigh. Feet come together. Kind of wrap them up. You're going to take the towel, grab it with both hands. You're going to sit up nice and tall, lean forward, elbows in your thighs. You're going to pull your hands towards you, keeping your feet on the ground. So whether you're holding it like this, you want to clasp around like this. I have to hold 2 horns here. Pull forward, lean forward. Try to flatten out your back and stick up your chest. Roll your shoulders down and away from your ears, and your elbows are down in your thighs as you're pulling, making a nice big bicep curl here. Deep breath. Exhale, lean your chest forward a centimeter. Release. Coming into all fours. On your knees, sit your bottom back on your sit bones, and go ahead and wrap the towel around your hands if you can, or just grab it. We're going to lay our forehead on the ground, our arms come up behind us, reaching to the ceiling. So we're in a child's pose. You can take your hands together, prayer at your back, or try to lift them up and open up your chest for our last hold pose here. So that's too much tension on my shoulders. I'm going to release and come back to it. So if that becomes a problem for you, just release and then try again. You don't have to hold it the whole time. Release the hands to the small of your back if you haven't. Release the tension on your towel. Take a nice deep breath. Exhale. Come back up to sit. We are done. Awesome job today, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Oh, that was something. Come to all fours, take a step up, roll on up to the top. Thank you so much for joining me today. Oh, a little bit like Jello. Not gonna lie, it's a good kind of a feeling. Walking on a cloud here. So take some deep breaths. I think being down in that position, blood was rushing to my head. Take another deep breath. Thank you so much for joining me. This will be open for you to come back and do anytime you want. If you're really enjoying this with the tool, the towel, having that as a prop to help stretch things out, come back and do it. Remember that you can always just take a certain section, like 10 minutes long, and just do it again. You don't have to do the whole thing unless you want to, but this is here for you to come back to. So I will see you back here tomorrow. We're gonna lift. We have our tracker sheets. If you printed it out, if you didn't, that's okay too. You're gonna follow along with me. We will need 2 weights tomorrow for a chest fly. Everything else is gonna be like 1 weight, 1 side. So if you don't feel like taking out all your weights tomorrow, just take out 1 of everything you have. And I will see you then. Have a great day. Bye, guys.